Hey, this is Megan from Awesome Life Craft. I have an exciting new product for you today. This is a summer flip-flop door hanger. It's available on the Awesome Life Craft website as a project kit. And the kit comes with everything you need in terms of the wood items. So it has the 18-inch sandals cut out as well as all of the letters that you need. And they're already pre-sized for you. So let's get started. I painted the sandals white with spray paint. I just wanted a clear base coat. You could easily skip that step and not do a base coat of anything, or just start with painting whatever color you want for your background for the base of your flip-flops. You could start with that instead. I've kind of done things the hard way, and it would have been easier for me to start by painting the flip-flops with yellow spray paint and just start there. And then what I did was draw in the part of the flip-flop that goes over your feet. That part's usually plastic or leather and it goes between your toes. So I had to draw that in pencil first. You could easily just paint that in, but I got a little bit smarter than I have before and used a pencil. I had that going for me, but this part, not so much. So I'm painting, or I thought I was painting the polka dots. Again, it would have been easier if I had just painted the entire thing yellow. It would have saved me a lot of steps. And there's the puppy. I would suggest you not do it like this. However, if you want sort of imperfect polka dots, or you want to use this as a guide for your polka dots, then this is one way to do it. Now, it was fun to do it this way, but again, just save yourself some time and paint the entire thing one color. In just a minute, you'll see why that is. I will say that this was a relatively simple and easy design. Polka dots are kind of classic, and in the end, this looked great. So I'm really glad that I chose polka dots, and this is kind of a reference to the song, the Yellow Polka Dotted Bikini song, that's sort of old, and this just reminded me of that when I saw the flip-flops, and I thought it had to be yellow with polka dots. You could easily do something else like a Hawaiian flower like hibiscus, or you could do stenciling with whatever shape you want, or even stripes. And here I've switched over to a round dot brush. It's just a spongy brush that's perfectly round, and it worked great. So I have the white paint, and the white paint went on top of this yellow like really, really well. It went on so good that I should have just done that and not worried about trying to make the polka dots myself. Now, this step is completely unnecessary, but I like the way it looked. If I was not going to have the words on top of this sign and I was just going to have the flip-flops, this would have been great. So I was using just orange paint, and I'm placing it right underneath the plastic part of the sandal so that it makes a shadow. And I wanted it to be a very faint shadow, and I wanted to blend in. So what I did was just put that little bit of orange, and then I took a dry brush or a wet brush, like it's best if you put the paint down and then immediately go over with a brush. And on this side, on the right side of the board, it did a lot better when I did that. So I painted just one strip, very, very faint, with the orange, and then went in and brushed it out so that it was like a faint line. On the left side, it was a little bit too dark. And then I used kind of what was left over on my brush to paint faint lines to separate the two sandals. And that was, again, just to create kind of a shadow look that makes it look like the two sandals are overlapping a little bit. And then I just went in with a few more touch-ups on the sides. And you can see that the shapes are not perfect. They're not completely straight lines. They are, the curves are not the same in every location or anything like that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. All of this is going to get covered up by words again, like so the 3D words are going to go on top like this, so it doesn't really matter. They're all covered up. For this was pretty easy, so I just sort of laid everything down there. I tried to make it so that the words would cover up or would not have too many gaps, so that when I placed the glue, it wasn't going to hang off the side too much in any direction, and it kind of worked perfectly. I'm just using very cheap craft glue, like Elmer's glue would work. This was a clear type of Elmer's glue, even though that's not the brand that I used, and it works just fine. This is sort of the fun part. So you put the glue on the letters, try not to get too much, and then use the brush to sort of wash away the excess. So I'm just taking a paintbrush, and it's clean, dip it in water, kind of scrub away the excess glue, and then wash the paintbrush off, and keep doing that until all of the excess glue is gone. And just do that so that there's not like large clumps of glue anywhere. This part is sort of fun to do. It's almost like painting letters, except that what you're painting is clear, so you can't really mess up. It's fun, it's relaxing, and that's really nice. It seems like it takes a long time, but it really doesn't. It's really kind of a quick, fast pace part of the project. So the part that took me the longest was actually painting the background, because like I said, didn't do it correctly, so it took me a lot longer. But if you follow the tips that I gave earlier, it will be very easy and won't be a chore at all. I really liked this font because, if you can see, it has hearts, and I thought that just gave it a little bit of extra character that was unexpected. This project set comes with 2 little bitty tiny commas. Be sure not to lose those pieces and to paint those when you paint the words. And here I'm just placing those. It just takes a tiny bit of glue, and they stuck really well, so that was nice. After all of the glue dries, next it's time to drill the holes. And I kind of had to do this off center, so it's not in the exact center. Well, maybe it is in the center of each of the sandals. So let's see, I used a 3/4 inch drill bit, I believe, and you can see it's slightly off center. It's slightly to the side, because when these hang, they're not even, so it could kind of be off kilter if you don't do this. So I'm using wire for this. It's kind of a thick wire. I just got it at Walmart, but they have all kinds at the craft stores and things like that. I can easily bend it with my fingers, but it is easier just to have a pair of pliers and to wrap it with that. But it looks really cute in the end when you see these the ends that are wrapped. It just looks kind of beachy, rustic. You can easily use ribbon or string or anything else, twine. But if you use wire, you'll have to have a few extra tools. You'll have to have the wire cutters and the pliers also. But again, very easy, and it's very cute to use wire. Just don't forget to crimp down the ends a little bit because they're sharp. And that's it. Get ready for summer with decks, socks, and flip-flops. Thank you for watching.